Hi, my name's Cindy Brooks, and I'm with the Montgomery County Library. Today we're going to do turkeys. Here's an example. These were done, some people used like a marble, some kind of marble paint to paint their little feathers, or I think they used pom-poms for some of it. Some kind of spin craft, so you can paint your feathers any way you want to. I used the Q-tips because I like them. So first thing you do is I go to Google and get a template of your turkey and the legs, and one thing you could do, I didn't do that, I went the hard way, but you could just color it and cut it out and put the, glue the legs on, and then you could cut out the feathers. I had to get a template for the feathers, and you could cut out the feathers and paint them or color them with crayons or whatever, and you could just glue it to the back to make it look like one of these. That would be a simple way to do it if you don't have everything else. But the fun way to do it, a little more time consuming, I took the template. It came with two, so I took it, I cut it out, and then I traced it. I traced the body of the turkey onto the construction paper on brown. I wanted a brown turkey, so I did it on brown construction paper. You can really make your turkey any color you want, or any color you have. It's about being creative. Yep. Okay. And then I cut him out. And after you cut them out, I took some white paper. So here's the body. So he's all cut out now. Okay. Then I took white paper. This is cardstock. And I traced, because I'm not a drawer. So I took the template and I traced out the beak and the wattle. So see, I took his face, I put the white paper over it, and I just traced it because I could see through the paper, and I cut those out. Well, here they already are cut out, and I cut his legs out separate, and then I got a template of feathers, and I cut one of them out and did the same thing. I used cardstock because I have it. You could use poster board or something, a little stiffer. And also for the feathers, I thought you could use crafting paper. Like if there's some scrapbook, if your parents do scrapbooking or something, you could do scrapbooking paper. And I took the feathers and I traced the feathers on the cardstock. And here's the feathers. So then, after I did that, and I cut out, and I took red, this is the wattle, so I took red construction paper and traced the little wattle. Just like that. And then I cut it out. Then you just cut it out. And see, you don't have to have a whole piece of, just a little piece of construction paper. okay? And I took I did that, and then I took orange and did the beak. Same thing, I just traced around the beak. Okay. And I cut it out. Okay. And then I glued the beak. And I used some Google eyes, but you could just color some eyes if you want to. I didn't bring my Google eyes over here. But you can, well, there we go. Glue on the beak. And if you have Google eyes, you can do them, or you can draw eyes. And you put the wattle right next to it. Right next to it, put the wattle, or maybe underneath it. That's what I did with my other one. I put it underneath. Okay, there. Now stick it to my finger. All right, and then I took the legs and I used yellow paper, and I traced the legs out of the yellow paper. And I did 2 legs, and I glued them on. You can see where I glued them on, and it has lines on these legs, so I drew lines on my legs. And then I don't want to do everything I did because it'll take a long time. You got to let this dry. And while it was drying, I took my feather. Okay, here, I'll do one feather. I took my feather and I traced it on some cardstock. You could probably use poster paper. I think I said that. You could probably use, if you had some white construction paper, just something a little thicker so if you painted it, it wouldn't be so, you don't want it to be too flimsy when you paint. Even if it's just dots like I'm fixing to do. And I don't know if you haven't seen some of the other craft ones I've done. We did a Q-tip painting. And what you do is, I have 4 Q-tips because I have 4 different colors that I want to use. So you can either pour it on the plate, that's what I got that for. I'll just put this on here so I can keep it off the table. And you put your little Q-tip in there, and then you just move the paint. I do this. That's all you do. It's all over the place, okay? Then I get the next color, and I did that for all my feathers. This is what it's going to look like when you're done. For this feather, for this color, I did the same thing. Now, my paints are temperate paint. They're already mixed up, so cleanup is easy. Okay. And then I did one more color. You know, turkeys are really more colorful than people think if you get to if you get a close look at them, or look at some good pictures of turkeys. They're really prettier than you realize. I was told that when I did ceramics and I was painting a turkey, and she said I could use all kinds of colors because their feathers are really colorful. So, and there's my feather. And after it dries, I glued it. You can glue it to the back of your turkey. And then you do 4 or 5 of them. I did 5. You do 4 or 5 of them and you have a little turkey, just like this. Happy Thanksgiving.